Okay, so in this question, we're dealing with arithmetic with positive numbers. And of course, that could be any type of arithmetic with any type of positive number. That's including sums and differences and quotients and products, exponents, fractions and decimals. You might run it into long division and these types of problems. But here we'll look at what we have, deal with them in an intuitive way, and hopefully you can apply that to other problems as you encounter them. So here we have the sum of 1/2 and 3/4. When I have halves and fourths, I think of coins, where a half would be 50 cents or 0.5, and you can think of 3/4 as 3/4 or 75 cents. When we add those two up, we add 50 cents and 75 cents, we get $1.25, which of course can be written as 1 1/4 or 1 1/4. But if we don't like that strategy, we can think of a half and 3/4, and when we add them, we might think of both fractions in terms of fourths. How many fourths are there in a half? Well, there are two, right? 2/4 is the same as 1/2, or a half. Add it to 3/4, and we get 5/4. 5 divided by 4, well, 4 goes into 5 once, and there's a remainder of 1/4. It's another way of solving it. When you're looking at this equation right here, and you're rewriting one of the equations, in this case 1/2, so it has the same denominator as the other, you could have thought of it as multiplying by 2/2. Right? Multiplying by 2/2, that number is 1. So if we distribute it by multiplying it into this fraction, we know the value is not going to change. A general rule is that if you have two different denominators, and one denominator is a factor of the other, in this case 2 is a factor of 4, we find out how many times 2 goes into 4, and then just multiply our numerator and denominator by that number. Either way, we'll get the right answer here, which is 1 1/4. The next problem says 2 less than 120. So that means you start with 120 and you take 2 away from that. And that, of course, is 118. And the next one, the quotient of 45 and 3, that just means, of course, 45 divided by 3. That equals 15, right? Because 3 times 15 is 45. Next, we have the product of 3/8 and 4/5. Now, I so often see students just flip fractions here and multiply. And I understand because it's so easy to confuse this with whatever algorithms we have for division. But if you have 3/8 and you're multiplying it by 4/5, just multiply your numerators by each other to get 12 and your denominators to get 40. Here we reduce. Let's divide numerator and denominator by 2, get 6/20. We can do that again, and we get our answer reduced 3/10. Alright, hope this helped.